because like I said, my first time was horrible. I don't even want to go there, but but you know, I think it was, you know, with all those things, it gave me a perspective on to what I wanted, what I needed for myself, for my body. It always showed me. So I think, you know, experimenting is also key, you know, in most of these things. Experiment as much as you can. You'll never go wrong. All right. Now, another issue is people thinking or explaining or saying that sex would always or can always, no, sex can't be fun if you don't have an orgasm. Like I said, it depends on where your state of mind is. For some people, that's their state of mind, that you must have an orgasm for it to be fun. For some others, their state of mind is not that. You know, it's two ways. And I'm going to say why some of these things, you know, some of these things we think about, or myths that we think about or imagine or have read about sex, while they could be rebuffed easily, and you know, you could just have a wonderful sex amazing life. So first of all, it all starts with you as a person and with your partner, in the sense that there must be communication between both of you. A lot of people, especially we from Africa, the embarrassment, this is the truth. A lot of us from Africa, many of us, Nigeria, let me be very specific, are not trained or, you know, spoken to about sex, freedom of sex, you know, that making it understand it's a natural thing. It's not the be-all, it's not the end of the world. You didn't do anything wrong. It's made to look like this taboo that is not spoken. Your father doesn't talk to you about it. Your mother doesn't talk to you about it. Majority, I can tell you, at least 70% of most Africans will tell you the same thing. It's not a discussion. Many of we Africans discovered sex on our own. And the least your parents will ever tell you, or your mother is, Nigerian mothers, Aheluna, will always tell you is, if you come with a, if a boy just touches you like this, you will just get pregnant. So rather than teach you what it is, they put in the fear of what is not. You see? So first of all, that's the thing, you know, so they put in the fear of what is not. And at the end of the day, you end up making mistakes, and it's all about you discovering and finding things out yourself. So I'm going to go through the basics. So communication is not a given. It's not there at all, because you're in a situation whereby you feel embarrassed for something that is so natural to talk about. When I met my husband, I recall I'm blushing. I recall when I met my husband, you know, it was one of those things, like I said, because I had taken myself through the motions, you know, of being able to be communicative. No one taught me this. And I had gone through my own experiments. I was actually the one who spoke with him more about it. So it was a I'm telling you, some people may be like, really? But yeah, it was something I started. And I began by asking him things like what he likes in bed, what does he do, how does he please or pleasure a woman. That was me. Now, was I embarrassed? Yes, I was, because my husband is an Igbo man. He's an African. So, you know, like I said, these are things that don't happen, you know, naturally. It's not in our realm of, you know, of life. It's not in our cycle of growth, you know, communication. And in all of this, like I said, communication is key. So I recall this was the emotions that I had to go through, and I did it for my own sake, truthfully, because I'm one of those people that will tell you, if the sex ain't great, I ain't doing anything there. And it's the truth. You guys, I'm sorry, but it's the truth. And, you know, so I wanted to go through that motions with him because, you know, and luckily my husband was somebody who was quite, you know, he's not the communicative type, but he was free to be able to discuss stuff like that. So he was able to tell me you know, he was able to, you know, talk to me, and we're able to talk through it, you know. Now, and over time, and as time went on, you know, it was more like a discovery of each other, you know. So I think this is very important, communication, being able to talk with your partner over things like this. Another thing is, while and part of your communication should involve, you should be able to let your partner know the things that, you know, get you started. Yeah, you know, are you the kind of person who enjoys excessive foreplay? You know, are you the kind of person who, you know, it's a lot of, and women, most women, foreplay is it's like A1, you know. So it's that kind of thing, you know. The foreplay has to be, you know, it has to be present. You're talking about somebody being able to discover, you know, your body from head to toe. Now, the tongue is a magical organ. Oh my God, you guys. The tongue, it's a wonderful thing. It's unbelievable what the tongue and the lips can do. Yes, for those who understand what I'm talking about. So, you know, these are the things that, you know, and you have to be able to it's something you have to be able to go through. It's that said, you have to be able to know this for yourself. You have to know, are you this kind of person? You know, where do you like, where would you be touched that would set you off? And most times, with enough of these, and when you are in that relaxed state and it is so good, honey, you're gonna orgasm like, well, you're gonna orgasm, whatever, you know. So that's the thing, you know. So excuse me, I'm still coughing. Okay, so these are the things you'd like to know. You'd like to, you know, a lot of women, I'm sure a lot of women love it. So our brothers, I mean, get busy, you know, start, you know, getting busy, you know. So these are some of the things that you should be able to know for yourself as a lady, as a woman, you know, about your body, you know. Do you like being kissed all over? Are your toes, you know, it could be your toes, it could be anything, you know. So like I said, communication is key, and being able to know who you are, what your body loves, what your body likes, what do you like being done to you, and you should be able to be free enough to let your partner know. Okay, I kid you not, a lot of men walk in there like they are going into a war zone, and they go bam, 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 and you're like, why? Because they don't know. I remember when I was watching Being Mary Jane. You guys give me a sec. So like I was saying, you know, so you have to put yourself in that situation. So like I said, you know, our culture doesn't permit us to have that communication. And as always, like I said, you know, and another thing I would tell you guys, this is, for me, this is a personal secret. A lot of people, I don't know, I'm not an expert, I'm just saying, I'm just giving from my own experience. Talking dirty. Oh my God. If you are one of those people who, you know, because actually talking dirty actually intensifies it. You guys, I am not gonna I kid you not, I am not gonna lie to you, okay? Talking dirty, I think it's one of those things. In real life, I don't use swear words, but in that other department, excuse your sister, please, you know. But what I'm saying is because it has, I don't know, it stimulates, it's quite a stimulant. So, you know, and most times, if it's the guy, you know, if it's the guy, you know, if it's both of you, hey, why not? It depends on what, like I said, it all depends on what you love. It all depends on, you know, what turns you on. So are you one of those people? Please tell the brother, tell him to do it. You understand? And I also believe that, you know, while a lot of things, you know, while we are, you know, in a situation whereby a lot of men are into the one bam, thank you, ma'am, and while, you know, we got people who are hammering like they're hammering nails on wood, You know, it also pays for a guy who gives you attention. This is not a myth, it is the truth. You know, a man who decides or who gives you attention, making sure that you're well satisfied before he we don't see, you know, we don't see them plenty, you know, whole, you know, it's something, it's a good, it shows something, you know, and it shows that this is a man who is looking for the satisfaction of his woman. Mind you, that a lot of women do not orgasm, you know, as much, and at the same time a lot of and men do. So it's always important, and it's always interesting that, you know, you as the lady can actually orgasm first, you know. So whatever it is that, you know, makes you get there, I mean, you guys to communicate. I mean, that's the only way, you know. And if you're one of those people that are shy to talk, show it. Show it. That's it. If you cannot talk, show it. You know, I'm one of those meals and bones generation people, you know. So I know I started, you know, that it wasn't, of course I started reading, of course, and it blighting, but you know, as time went on, we began to enter meals and bones, you know, those people that used to lie to us plenty, and so many more, you know. But you know, these are some of the things that gives you an idea of what you want. And the truth be told, I'm this kind of person, you know. The acts of what, you know, plays out before, you know, the proper act itself, for me, it's much more interesting, it's much more fun, it's much more heartwarming than, you know, and you know, up till the moment when you get there. And at the end of the day, you find out that there are more interesting things to look forward to than that itself. So I don't know, I hope I'm making sense, you know. And yeah, and you know, a lot of I know a lot of women, we focus a lot of women, you know, this is what I'm going to tell you also. A lot of women will focus on, you know, the things that are wrong than the things that are right. You know, I've met women who says, oh, that, you know, they want their vaginas to be tighter. Yeah, you know, it's all, for me, all these things are just, you know, for me, if you ask me, they're all excuses, you know, because if, you know, like I said, if you could be able to find out what it is that makes you tick, you know, you're there, you know. And sometimes, you know, and you know, with the little exercises, as little as Kegel exercises, you know, there are so many things, you know, to put yourself and to boost yourself and put yourself in that mood. And honey, I don't know if I'm talking to somebody out there. You gotta spice it up. Yeah, you gotta spice it up. That's another video I'm going to do, not on this video, so I'm not going to say anything, I'm not going to give anything away, but you gotta spice it up. All right, you gotta spice it up. All right, so you guys, before I go blabbing and blabbing and blabbing, I hope you guys really understood what I said, though, because talking about stuff like this could really, you know, it makes my heart do quick. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it. And leave your comments, of course, in the comment section below. Tell me, you know, how, first of all, I asked you, how was your first time? And secondly, or about orgasms, what did you expect? What were your expectations? Did they run high or low? You know, and what did you do to get yourself, or to understand, you know, more and more, you know, what the things you enjoyed and the things you expected from your partner. I think that's more like it. All right, so you guys, thank you so much for listening in on this video with me today. And okay, so do not fail to like, share, and subscribe to this video and to my channel. And until our next video, I'll be seeing you. Bye.